Welcome to the 2019-2020 North Johnston High School Athletic Awards. Who would have thought we would be celebrating our year in athletics this way? But we have faced adversity and we're meeting it head on and making new ways to do things. We have many things to celebrate this year. First, right now, which is having safe and healthy students and district. We have over 10 college-bound athletes for next year. Graham Watson was our Heisman school representative. We were supposed to have hosted the Johnston County Schools Athletic Hall of Fame this year. Our inductee was going to be Mr. Al Evans. We will host it again next year, and he will receive his award. So many people we'd like to thank, and I'm sure I'll leave somebody out. I'd like to thank our administration for all their assistance, the county support, facility repairs, and our infrastructure. As you travel the conference and area schools, you will notice that our county does a really good job taking pride in their facilities. I'd like to thank our emergency crews in our county. We get tremendous support and coverage for our games. Our sheriff's department, their deputies provide security, and Miss Millie Bailey, our SRO, who always takes fantastic care of us. Thank you to Cardinal Country Club for allowing our golf teams to practice and compete there. Our staff and custodians for always keeping the facilities clean and taking pride in that. And to our teachers for taking care and doing what the number one job of a student is to be a student before a student athlete. It takes a lot of money to run an athletic department, and without the Panther Club, we could not make that happen. We'd like to thank our Panther Club officers and directors, especially Miss Michelle Pitts, Jody Boswell, Teresa Richardson, and Angie Nicole. Thank you for all your long hours, behind the scenes work that a lot of people have no idea that goes on. I'd like to thank our LAT this year, Miss Amelia Burns. She's taken over as a new trainer and has done a tremendous job. Thank you for being our student athletes' biggest advocate. To our coaches, for all their hours put in for little pay, for all the hours they spend in the school, planning lessons, answering emails, everything they do on the field in their courts to maintain the facility, for all their practice planning, coaching, bus driving, cleanup, stat compiling, for everything they do, thank you. For our volunteers who assist in various ways, thank you again. And thank you to our coaches' families for supporting them in their career. Now let's celebrate each team and each award winner. Thank you.
My name is Winston Pennington. I'm the head coach for the women's and men's soccer program here at North Johnston. I want to welcome you to our virtual award ceremony. First off, I want to take the time to thank the administration, the other coaches here at North Johnston, and the Panther Club. Thank you, especially the Panther Club, for being so supportive and supplying the program with the needs it has had for equipment. Much appreciated for that. And also the North Johnston community for showing so much support for the program and being so inviting and welcoming the last 2 years. Also, a special thanks to Coach Tim Jones, who's actually retiring this year. But Coach Jones, I appreciate your friendship and all the help you've given in maintaining the field. Without you, it certainly wouldn't look as nice as it has or does. So thank you very much. And moving on to the women's soccer, ladies, I want to thank you for a wonderful month we had. You know, the amount of progress we had made from last season and this season was profound. You know, putting up 8 goals in the first game was a great start. Unfortunately, we didn't get much to do after that. Great game against Princeton, losing that one in the last minute, heartbreaker, but nonetheless, a lot of good things. Truly thought that we could have won the conference championship for the first time in about 2 decades, but ladies returning, we'll certainly try that next year. and we'll raise a banner for the class of 2020. I wanted to thank the captains, Hannah, Logan, Maeli. Thank you for your leadership. You guys did a great job. And girls, be ready for next year. Again, we're going to get after it. We're going to get after it hard. Men's soccer, again, the boys had a great season, conference champions, made it to the second round of the playoffs. A lot of good things. Overall record 17-6-2. A couple of the highlights from the boys' season. We played Clinton to a 2-2 tie. Clinton was the defending state champions. We went undefeated in conference, 10-0, which is always a great accomplishment. So well done there, team. We hosted 2 other playoff games. Unfortunately, our second playoff game didn't go the way we wanted. Our season ended at East Bladen, or against East Bladen. And, last from our Carborough match for the East Bladen game, we had a 14-game unbeaten streak. So that's a really good accomplishment at any level, any sport. So well done to the entire team. A lot of players had individual honors, all conference. We had Kevin Davis, Maximo Navarro, Ty Narin, Dylan Pitts, Scott Sellers, Andrew Stanzel, Tiago Yahalde, and Graham Walston. All region, we had Kevin Davis, Ty Narin, Dylan Pitts, Scott Sellers, Andrew Stanzel, and Graham Walston. In all county, we had 5 players, which tied us for the most players on the team with Clayton High School, so that's a great accomplishment. A 2A school representing the county so well. Really proud of that achievement. But anyway, all county we had Kevin Davis, Dylan Pitts, Scott Sellers, Andrew Stanzel, and Graham Walston, and Ty Narin was honorable mention. And a couple of other individual things. Graham Walston was named All-State. So Graham, job well done there to be selected for that. Much congratulations on that. And Ty Narin was our conference player of the year for the Eastern Plains Conference. So Ty, it's a tremendous accomplishment and certainly well deserved. And thank you for what you've done, and thank you for the whole team for what you've done. I want to thank the captains, seniors. You guys did it. You did a great job. Everything ran really well. Again, just a great experience, and I'm very grateful for what you guys did. Senior class, I want to thank you guys profoundly. Senior parents, I want to thank you very much as well. Just a tremendous group, probably one of the best group of young men that I've ever had the honor to coach. Just made it a wonderful experience, and I want to thank you and your parents again, and the entire team. You guys just did great. You worked hard. We had fun. It was just one of the most enjoyable experiences I've ever had this past season. So thank you much for that. For the team awards, we're handing out 3 tonight. The most improved player goes to Justin Richardson. Justin just did a great job from last year to this year. Just a lot of hard work, determination on his technique, his understanding of the game. Clearly stood out to me as the most improved player. So Justin, congratulations and thank you. Leadership award goes to Scott Sellers. Scott is a great leader on the field and off the field. Several times, made a lot of clutch decisions on the field that helped us, and off the field as well, provided a lot of solid, consistent leadership, which is a good role model for younger players coming up. So Scott, thank you very much for what you did. And for the program award, the motto for our program is character, integrity, and passion. And the player that exemplified that this year was a player who didn't play last year. He came on, he challenged himself in a position that requires a lot of energy, concentration, and pressure. And the award goes to Hunter Jones. Hunter came out this year, played goalie, did a great job. We certainly would not have had the success we did have without Hunter. So Hunter, greatly appreciated, and thank you again. Again, team was full of incredible young men. I could hand out a dozen awards, but again, I want to thank you all. Just a wonderful group, and we'll get at it next year. So guys coming out, be ready, and God bless everybody, and just stay safe. Thank you.
My name is Coach David Anderson, and I am the women's and men's tennis coach here at North Johnston High School. First, we'll talk about the women's tennis team, which was played in the fall of 2019. Our girls went 18-5 overall, 10-0 in conference play, which made us the 2019-2020 Women's Eastern Plains 2A Conference champions. Individually, we had the doubles conference champion as well, and that was Ariel Pierce and Samantha Davis. They were the doubles conference champions, which qualified them for regional, and they finished in the top 4 in regional play, which qualified them for the states at Cary Tennis Park in Cary, North Carolina. At the states, they lost in the first round of the states, but they lost to the eventual state champions from a school, Fred T. Ford High School out in the mountains. And that team eventually won the state championship, but our girls played extremely well. It was the best I'd ever seen them play as a team. So they went out on top. They went out doing, they did the best they could. It was a great match to watch, and I was extremely proud of them, as I was for all the girls on the team, whether they're the top 6 seeds or the exhibition players. All these young ladies worked hard, and they were our 9th graders, Marissa Anderson, Ashley Argueta, Mariana Cano Campo, Bailey Godwin, Madison Johnson. Our sophomores were Taylor Boswell, Alicia Gachus, Sandy Johnson. Our juniors were Caroline Batten, Sarah Batten, Ashley Bunn, Alexia Dixon, Ariel Pierce, and Megan Parnell. Our seniors, who I'm so very proud of, over the last 4 years, these seniors have won 3 conference championships, and they are Cheyenne Boswell, Casey Clark, Samantha Davis, and Mayeli Oliveros. The conference player of the year, which was voted on by the coaches of the Eastern Plains 2A Conference, was Ariel Pierce. All conference selection for our team were Samantha Davis, Alexia Dixon, Mayeli Oliveros, and Sarah Batten. So they will be getting a plaque for all conference, as Ariel Pierce will also be getting a plaque for the most valuable player in the conference. As far as the team goes, it's very hard to give these awards. These young ladies work so hard, every one of them, every day at practice. They give you everything they got, especially a sport where there's not a ton of spectators. They go out there and they play as hard as they can at practice, and every one of them are deserving of all these awards. But the most valuable player on the team goes to Ariel Pierce. My most improved, this young lady has been with me since day one, 4 straight years, 3 conference championships, and that is Samantha Davis. She stepped up into the number 2 seed this past year and did an amazing job. Her and Ariel Pierce, as I said earlier, Ariel's the number 1 seed and Samantha number 2, did a great job in doubles, winning the conference championship and so on. So most improved goes to Samantha Davis. The coaches award could go to any player on the team. I love all these girls. They give everything they got. I have a special place in my heart for these girls. Spend a lot of time with them. You get to know them and see their work ethic and just how wonderful they were raised. My coaches award, though, goes to a young lady who stepped in in the last 2 matches and played and got victories, either in singles or doubles. But the last 3 years that she played as a senior, and she's a senior this year, the last 3 years she played, never had a problem from her, never complained. She was always smiling, do whatever you want her to do. No matter what you asked of her, she would smile and work as hard as she could at it. And my coach's award this year goes to Ms. Cheyenne Boswell. So my MVP was Ariel Pierce, most improved Samantha Davis, and Cheyenne Boswell gets the coach's award. Now for my men's team, which is in the spring and got cut short, as you know, because of the coronavirus, those members of that team are my seniors were Scott Sellers, Hunter Jones, Graham Walston, Cress Lucas. Freshmen, Andrew Stansel, Samuel Evans, Cameron Jackson. My sophomores were Andrew Stansel and Tyler Gronendike and Michael Gonzalez. And my freshman, I think I already said, was Chance Davis. Anyway, it was Scott Sellers, Hunter Jones, Graham Walston, Caress Lucas, Andrew Stansel, Chance Davis, Michael Gonzalez, Tyler Gronendike, Samuel Evans, Cameron Jackson. Now this team, before we had to finish for the, because of the closing of schools and the ending of spring athletics, this team was 5-0. We had 4 non-conference wins and 1 win against Beddingfield. I'm extremely proud of these guys. This team is very heartbreaking because I knew that this was probably one of, if not the best team to ever come through North Johnston boys program. These kids have worked with me, worked so hard. In the off season, that's all we kept talking about was tennis season. They play, we'd have practice, they go after practice and play some more. They worked extremely hard to get to where they wanted to be, and then it got cut short. But I have no doubt that these kids will be very successful in life because of their work ethic and all the stuff they've been through. They had won back-to-back conference championships. We were hoping for a 3rd in a row, which no doubt in my mind we were going to get. Super proud of these kids. Words can't explain the special place in my heart for these guys and the hard work that they put in. It's going to be a tough loss with my 4 seniors leaving and moving on to bigger and better things in life. And that's about it. Super proud of these guys. Last thing I want to say is a huge, huge thank you to the girls' tennis parents and the boys' tennis parents. All this stuff has come out about COVID-19 and coronavirus and how great everybody's responding and how great parents are and how great the teachers are. But before that even happened, our tennis parents were absolutely amazing. The girls program, the support from the parents, from doing stuff around the courts, fixing up the courts, celebrating the seniors on senior night, to following us to away games. The boys tennis parents doing the exact same thing, working on the courts, always willing to help. I am truly blessed to have the parents that we have with our kids on the women's and men's tennis teams. So super proud of all the young ladies and all the young men this past year. And I hope everyone stays safe and continues to play tennis. And we'll see you all in 2020-2021 season. Thank you very much, and go NoJo.
During this unusual time, I'm proud that we can offer an opportunity to honor each of our teams and athletes to close out the 2020 season. I know all of our athletes, fall, winter, and spring, need and deserve the chance of closure to the athletic year. For our men's basketball team, the 2020 season was an adventure to coach. We play in such a tough conference, and that requires us to play nearly perfect every night to compete. And these guys work so hard for us every day to do just that. We started our season against a very good South Johnston team, and for a lot of the non-conference season, we were trying to find our identity both offensively and defensively. We lost several close games, by 3 points to Franklin Academy, 6 points at South Lenore, by 5 to Rosewood, and by 6 to Rosewood, by 2 points to Lewisburg, by 3 to Bedingfield, and a 1-point loss at North Pitt. That's 7 losses under 6 points that showed how close we were to getting over the hump. We finished the season with a 6-18 record that could have easily been 13-11. And through all the bumps in the road, these guys fought hard for me every day. We had many great moments during the season. A hard-fought win early in the season against Rosewood, a thriller at home against Bedingfield, followed by a nail-biter a few nights later at North Pitt. And the first round of the conference tournament was a game none of our players will easily forget. After being down by 19 points, to come back and beat Bedingfield in overtime was an incredible game to coach and be a part of. We finished the season at 6-18, but that record does an injustice to the work ethic and character of the young men on this team. We have great young men here at North Johnston. At this point, I would like to recognize the ones that put on the North Johnston jersey and represented our Panthers with pride this basketball season. First, I'd like to recognize our managers, Jacob Green and Bryant Marino. These two young men came to practice every day, washed uniforms, filled water bottles, ran score clock. They came to the games and ran the scorebook for us and filmed our games, and without their help each day, Coach Bagwell and my job would not have been as easy. We thank them. And now for our players. We had 3 juniors, Gabe Coates, Javante Parrish, and Seth Coates. And our seniors, Dylan Pitts, Justin Van, Emmanuel Howe, Luke York, Caress Lucas, Raekwon Rodriguez, Damaris Hicks, and Jeremiah Wallace. For our individual team awards, we had 1 all-conference selection, senior Caress Lucas. We had 2 all-conference honorable mentions, seniors Justin Van and Dylan Pitts. Our coaches award goes to senior Luke York. Our most improved player award goes to senior Jeremiah Wallace. And our team MVP award goes to senior Dylan Pitts. Congratulations to these young men. This season was bittersweet for me as I made the very hard decision to step down as the men's basketball coach at North Johnston after our last game. I've been very fortunate to live out my dream of coaching basketball here at North Johnston. I want to thank Ross Renfro for giving me a chance as a non-faculty coach in 2007. Thank you, Tim Harrell, for hiring me as the varsity men's coach, and for David West, Ben Williams, and Toll Avery for allowing me to continue as the head coach each season. I also would like to thank Brent Walston and Nicole Davis for their support as my athletic directors during this time. And last is Coach Bagwell. I coached Coach Bagwell when he was in high school when I first came to North. He returned to assist me part-time while he was in college, and then he returned full-time as an assistant 4 years ago. The last 2 years, Coach Bagwell has performed double duty as both the JV head coach and the varsity assistant. Coach Bagwell is a true Panther in every sense of the word, and I could not have done the last 4 seasons without him. Thank you for your dedication to the North Johnston basketball program. I've loved each and every team I've coached, loved all of my players like a son, but this team will always hold a special place for me. To my seniors, the class of 2020, Caress, Dylan, Jay Wall, Luke, Ray, Damaris, E-Man, and Justin. You are my last senior class. Thank you for your leadership, and I look forward to seeing what your futures hold. To all this year's players, thank you for allowing me to coach you and be a part of your lives. I look forward to coming to watch you on the court this coming season. Thank you. Talk about the 2020 softball season is such a challenge. This will always be the season of what ifs, because we would never really know what this year could have been. One of the hardest days coaching for me was last year, when I had to look at my team after the state informed us that our last playoff game would stand as a loss. I did not think I could feel that low as a coach again until March 12th, 2020. That is the day I had to sit with this year's team in the weight room and tell them that our season was put on hold and possibly be canceled. I cannot say enough for how these young ladies responded to the news as they practiced as hard as possible that day and played their hearts out the next night, the last night we would be on the field as the 2020 North Johnston Lady Panthers softball team. For only the second time in 21 years, our ladies finished without a conference championship, but only because they were not given a chance to win it on the field. At this time, I would like to recognize our 2020 North Johnston Lady Panthers softball team. First is our freshman class: Logan Hodge, Riley Hyatt, Emily Wall, Marissa Andrews, and Jessie Gross. We had one sophomore, Samantha Kennedy. Our juniors were Gabby Hales, Taylor Jones, Ariel Pierce, and Emma Scott. And now for my seniors. I cannot say enough about the leadership these three ladies have shown this year. Samantha Davis, Alexis Bird, and Haley Medlin have been such an integral part of what North Johnston softball is for the past 4 years. And I feel so much for them having their senior year taken away. You ladies have such bright futures ahead of you, and I look forward to seeing you excel in all that you do. North will always be your home, and I hope to see you here next year when we have a chance to get on the field and put the red and gray back on the dirt where they belong.
The JV basketball team only returned one person who had meaningful minutes the year before, so I had no idea what to expect. But these athletes exceeded my expectations every day. They all worked together for a common goal, and it proved itself towards the end of the year, picking up big wins against Beddingfield, North Pitt, and Southwest Edgeo. I'm proud of what these athletes have done and cannot wait to see what they are going to do for the North Johnston basketball program. These athletes are Davion Whitfield, Riley Brown, Hayden Balance, Raven Barnes, Tamon Williams, Derek Broadway, Jaden Carpenter, Caden Lucas, Daniel Cortez, Jalen Sumler, and Adrian Durant. Thank you.
The 2019 ladies golf season was a very successful season. We had 4 players who were driven to get better. The team did consist of Tracy Clark, Victoria Crocker, Alexis Gupton, and Ashton Huddleston. But before I get into the season and how well they did, I'd like to give special thanks to the Cardinal Country Club, the Booster Club, parents, grandparents, and Coach Davis for coordinating the buses for all the rescheduling of matches. But now into our season. The team participated in 14 matches, in which they won 7 of them. Another highlight for the season was that North Johnston qualified for the regionals and state competition as a team. Another highlight was that North Johnston finished 8th in the state in the team competition. Individual highlights were that Tracy Clark and Victoria Crocker were 2-time state qualifiers. Alexis Gupton qualified for the regionals and states as well, and Ashton Huddleston came within a few strokes of qualifying for regionals, but she will definitely make it next year with her hard work. And now on to the awards. First award I'm going to give is the Most Improved Award. This award goes to a young lady who qualified for the regionals. We didn't know at the beginning of the year if that was going to be possible, but she really worked hard. And not only did she qualify for the regionals, she qualified for the states as well. This young lady will be truly missed. That's Alexis Gupton. The second award I'm going to give out goes to a young lady who has played golf here for 4 years. I've coached her sister here in golf. I know her family real well. She is a really good young lady who's really going to be missed. This young lady, you can count on her as your leader. You definitely know where she stood. She didn't really cut corners. She did everything that she was supposed to. And this young lady truly got better every year. And the Coaches Award this year goes to Victoria Crocker. And now for the MVP award. This young lady is just phenomenal on the golf course. She was definitely one of the best in the county. She was a team player who embraced her teammates. She is truly talented, and if she is willing to put the work in, she could go a long way in golf. This young lady is again, very talented. She's a bulldog on the golf course. She gets after it, and as long as I have been coaching here at North Johnston, she is the first young lady to have finished in the top 20 in the state of North Carolina, and that is Tracelyn Clark. Again, I'd like to thank everybody who contributed to this successful golf season. And I know it's a tough time. I hope everybody stays safe, healthy, and we'll We'll get through this. As for the 2020 baseball season, as we all know that it was cut short, not only our sport, but other spring sports as well due to the virus. I really hated it for our seniors here at North Johnston, especially our baseball seniors, Dylan Pitts, Ty Nairn, and Chaston Bailey. Our baseball roster consisted of Lane McLean, Gabe Coates, Ty Nairn, Seth Coates, Carter Aycock, Dylan Pitts, Cameron Woodard, Avery Davis, Avery Pierce, Skylar Crocker, Chaston Bailey, Jordan Johnson, Hayden Balance, Riley Brown, and Josh Meekins. I was assisted by Coach Matt Bagwell. It was a very difficult beginning to our season with the accident that took place to Nate Clifton. Just want to let Nate know that he is definitely not forgotten. We love him here at North Johnston. We miss him, and we definitely missed his grit and his abilities on the baseball field. As for our season, I was excited about our team and the progress that we had made in the past few years. At the time of the virus, we were 4-1. I felt good about our chances of winning the conference and maybe even a Final Four chance with this team. We were very balanced with great pitching, good hitting, and solid defense. I wish everyone good health and always remember that we are a family here at North Johnston. I would definitely like to give thanks to my assistant coach, Coach Bagwell, the Booster Club, parents, grandparents, sports medicine, under the guidance of Ms. Burns, administration, and my fellow coaches as we all work together to prepare these fields in the offseason. Again, I wish my seniors well, and for the returners, we need to get ready as we will be able to get back on the field soon. Thank you.
Men's track season was cut short this year. They only had the opportunity to participate in one meet, and the team will be losing 3 seniors, Tristan Galla, Will Stallings, and Matthew Wright. Best of luck and keep on running. Thank you. Cross country has been around for over 200 years, and competition traces its history back to 19th century England, where students played a game called hare and hound. Anyone who has ever run cross country understands the mental toughness that is necessary to compete in a workout, a race, a season, regardless of success. You join a select group that trains together, shares tough workouts, and takes the line as a family. Overall, we had a good season. In the conference championships, Caroline Legans claimed first place with a time of 24:31, and Angela James Creech placed 5th place. Graham Walston placed 9th with a time of 19:44. As a team, they advanced to regionals and ran their fastest times. The team will be losing 7 seniors: Haley Appel, Rachel Foster, Angela James Creech, Caroline Legans, Tristan Galla, Will Stallings, and Graham Walston. They will truly be missed. Now for the award winners. For the females, most valuable player is Caroline Legans, and the coach's award goes to Rachel Foster. The boys, most valuable player goes to Kamari Jones, and the coach's award goes to Tristan Galla.
Hello, Panther family. This is Tim Jones, head coach of the indoor track and girls outdoor track teams. I'd like to start today by thanking the administration for allowing me to coach this past season. I'd like to thank the coaching staff here at North Johnston High School, particularly Athletic Director Nicole Davis, Jay Poole, Stephen Allard, Jeremiah Holland, Amelia Burns, Mike Barnett, throwing coach Thomas Garou, and boys coach Lola Lippard. I'd like to thank the parents for allowing their children to participate in track this past season and attending the events in support of their children. Our outdoor season got off to a good start. We had a lot of kids run some very good times. Unfortunately, our season was cut short, but we have a lot of young ladies who will be back next year, and I look forward to them having a good season and want to wish them much success. Our team members from this past season include senior Haley Appel, Kenesha Barnes, Allison Barbie, Micaiah Blue, Abby Fortson, senior Rachel Foster, Alicia Gotchus, Bailey Goblin, senior Angela James Creech, senior Caroline Legans, senior Haley Linko, senior Takrisha Paris, Tatiana Powell, Martin Rangel, Alora Stansel, Trinity Stansel, senior Zoe Thompson, Kimberly Tyner, Madison Williams, and Joy Yarber. Good luck next year, girls, and good luck to those young ladies who have a possibility of going and running at the collegiate level next season. Our indoor track team, even though we had small numbers, we scored a lot of points. We didn't have any relay teams during the season, but respectively scored a lot of points in both boys and girls. Our indoor boys team members included senior Tristan Gala, Jordan Johnston, senior Will Stallings, Logan Taylor, and Cameron Woodard. Our girls team included all-conference Bianca Augusto in the 1,000 meter run, senior Haley Appel, all-conference senior Rachel Foster, 3,200 meter run, Angela James Creech, senior, and Caroline Legans, also a senior, Tatiana Powell, Eden Reba, and Madison Williams. For our awards, we have a MVP for both the girls and the boys, and we also have a coach's award. The MVP is determined by the total number of points scored during the season by that athlete. And the boys MVP award this year for the indoor track season goes to Tristan Gala. Congratulations, Tristan. And the coach's award is determined by myself, goes to a young man who worked extremely hard and worked to improve a great deal this past season, and that goes to senior Will Stallings. Congratulations, Will. For the girls indoor track awards, the MVP goes to Angela James Creech. Congratulations, Angela. And for the coach's award, it goes to someone who worked hard every day, always laughed and smiled and carried on, and just plugged away every day working to improve. And that goes to Rachel Foster. Congratulations, Rachel. I'd like to, at this time, to thank everyone here at North Johnston for all you've done to make it a successful year and a successful school. I'm very proud of North Johnston High School. I have worked extremely hard the past 31 years to try to make it the best place to be and the nicest facilities, the place when people would come, they would see all the work that goes into the care and love and support that we have for North Johnston. And thank you, parents, for all that you have done to support North Johnston High School and your children. Thank you, and God bless.
Hey, this is Coach Allard, head JV football coach here at North Johnston. I just want to give you a brief recap of our season. Well, it started off in the summer. We had a lot of boys show up, JV and varsity. I believe that there's a great atmosphere here in which we can build towards our future. But for our season, for the most part, we did very well. I believe we did a lot of things great as a team. We worked together as a team. We focused. We never gave up. We were always in every game. We won a couple games this year. We were very close in the rest of them. I believe if we just keep working, getting in shape, hitting the weight room, our kids can be very successful, whether that's here at finishing high school or here at the next level. Basically, it's in their hands. We just provide them the tools to be successful. I believe in trusting the process, and for our Panthers out there, 1% better every day. That's the goal.
Hey, this is Coach Barnett, head football coach here at North Johnston High School. I'd like to start out by thanking administration, the athletic director, my coaching staff, also the Booster Club for all the hard work that was put in this season so that we were able to play football. Congratulations to the seniors who are graduating and be going on to bigger and better things. This year was a great year. We finished tied for third in the conference. We had 6 kids that were honorable mention all conference. They were Chris Lucas, Ethan Durham, Ty Whitley, Alton Pratt, Garrett Brown, Cameron Prevette. We also had 2 all-conference players. They were Demarius Hicks and Graham Austin. I'd like to thank the senior class for setting the standard of hard work, dedication, and always doing the right thing. Looking forward to the juniors next year, carrying on that tradition, making North Johnston a great place to play football. So now on to the awards. This year, the Coach's Award went to a young man. It was his first year playing football. He did everything that was asked of him. He worked hard. He's one of the best hitters we had. His name is Mr. Matthew Wright. Second, let's move to MVP of defense. This young man played with only one leg most times, played hard. He anchored our defense at linebacker. His name is Demarius Hicks. MVP on the offense. This is this man's second year as a starter. He was a key to this new offense that was installed. He ran hard every game. He was one of the first people that the other coaches would ask about when we got off the bus. MVP of the offense goes to Mr. Cameron Prevette. Last, our MVP. This was a hard one. There were several great candidates, actually several great candidates for all of them. This young man played offense, defense, special teams, almost never came off the field. He helped with the defense, he helped run the defense. He also on offense was probably the #1 receiver for the quarterback. The MVP this year goes to Mr. Chris Lucas. I'd like to congratulate all the winners and all the young men that will be coming back next year. Also, good luck to the seniors that are going off to play college ball, and those that are going off to the military, and those that are going off to college and to other endeavors. Good luck, young men. See you in the future. Good afternoon. This is Coach Michael Barnett, head varsity golf coach here at North Johnston High School. I'd like to thank the Booster Club for all the help they've given us this year, Cardinal Country Club for letting us go out there and practice, and for Nicole Davis, the athletic director, lining up buses and matches. This year we had 4 golfers. They were Jacob Grant, returning sophomore, who led the team. We had Evan Bailey, a freshman, Tyler Willard, and Stacy Turner. Unfortunately, we only got to play a handful of matches, but those young men continue to improve each and every week. I'm looking forward to a very bright future here at North Johnston High School with those 4 gentlemen. Those gentlemen will be receiving letters. I look forward to seeing them next spring. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jay Poole. I am the coach of the Lady Panther basketball team. And welcome to awards night. First, I want to thank the team behind the team, Haley Appel, Caroline Batten, Sarah Batten, for doing our scorebook this past year. Alicia Gatchus for stats, and Tracelyn Clark and Shaylin Brown for the filming of our games. Thank you also to Alicia Gatchus for her time and work in being our team manager. Alicia did it all, filming, keeping time in practice. If we needed it, she did it. And Tracelyn Clark also came to practice the second half of the season in order to assist the team. I'd also like to thank Coach Allard and Holland, who assisted us in practice many times so we could go 5-on-5 to help equalize numbers for drills, scrimmaging, and teaching concepts. Thank you so much for your time and energy and encouragement for this season, coaches. Also, thank you to Coach Burns for taking care of our athletes, Coach Argott, Frossard, and Allard for the support from the cheerleading team. Thank you also to David Anderson for announcing our games and Kathy Pipkin for running our clock. Our game day atmosphere just gets better and better. Speaking of game day atmosphere, it can't be done without a solid administrative help, and Athletic Director Nicole Davis, thank you for all you do to make sure we have everything we need on game night, so all we're focusing on is basketball, and we appreciate that. Thank you to my assistant, Melanie Brown. Melanie can pretty much do it all. She teaches plays, teaches defense, gives life advice, practices on the court with us, math tutoring, you name it, she does it. Thank you so much, Coach Brown. Parents, Booster Club administration, Panther Prowl, students who attended our games, Johnstonian News who covered our games, thank you so much for your support as well. I want to recognize our seniors, Amani Hines and Mackenzie Gibson, our junior, Ariel Pierce, Sophomores, Kenesha Barnes, Nakaya Blue, Ashton Huddleston, and Aaliyah Massey. We had a lone freshman, Jesse Gross. The 2019-20 Lady Panther basketball team was a huge unknown at the start of the season. We had 7 girls on the roster, so we knew some challenges were ahead of us, how to conduct practice, we had to avoid injuries, we had to avoid fouling out, and we had to deal with fatigue, especially if any games went in overtime. The team was fairly young and inexperienced, 2 seniors, a junior, 4 sophomores, and a freshman, so that had to be overcome as well. But this team, their character, their heart, they made so many sacrifices to help us overcome everything we faced. Players would change doctor appointments, alter their travel plans, come to practices on days they didn't feel 100%, just to make sure we had enough to practice with our small roster size. Ladies, thank you so much. That's a testament and character to you. Thank you, of your character. Some season highlights include, defensively, we had 10 games in which we did not give up over 40 points. My high school coach used to say, if you can hold a team in the 40s, you got a really good chance to win. Well, we were able to hold some teams, 10 teams, to under 40. We defeated North Pitt on the road, a first since joining the Eastern Plains Conference for us, winning at North Pitt. We won the Johnstonian News Holiday Invitational Tournament over Christmas break, holding Raleigh Charter to 7 points in the opening game and defeating playoff-bound Falls Lake Academy in the championship in double overtime, 52-48. Speaking of the Johnstonian News Holiday Invitational, we hope to see you at that next year as well. Finished with a final record of 12-12 and qualified for the state playoffs, where we lost at the number 2 seed, Randleman. In that first round playoff game at Randleman, the ladies held them to 42 points, a tournament low for the Tigers. Overall, this was a hard-working, fun, coachable group to work with. Never made excuses about anything that we faced. We never intimidated anyone when we walked onto the court, but the players competed and overcame many challenges. Practices were spirited, competitive, but most importantly, we had fun. All conference. We had 1 all-conference representative, senior Ariel Pierce. Ariel was our shooting guard. She led us in scoring at 13 points per game, 2 steals per game, 3 deflections per game, and 3 rebounds per game. We had 2 all-conference honorable mentions, and that was senior Mackenzie Gibson and freshman Jesse Gross. All right, a few awards here. We'll start with most improved. This player started out the year working, even the previous summer actually, and learning what high school varsity basketball was all about. It was a huge task to play the point guard spot as a freshman, but this player worked and continued to develop each game as the season progressed. This player led us in 3-point shooting percentage, was our 3rd leading scorer at 8 points per game, and she was also 2nd in the team in assists. This year's Most Improved Award goes to freshman Jesse Gross. Coach's Award. This player missed half of her junior year due to a knee injury, but battled back to join the team and help us make the playoffs last year. She was our captain this year and always set a good example on and off the court. This player would dive on the floor, make the extra pass for a basket, or take a charge, basically whatever it took to win. She was our 2nd leading scorer at 11 points per game and 3rd in rebounding at 6 per game. She led us in diving on the floor and taking charges at 19. The Coach's Award goes to Mackenzie Gibson. Finally, Team MVP. This player led us in scoring, free throw percentage, and steals per game. This player had to take over the point guard duties in the latter part of the season due to injuries, and we never missed a beat. This player had to fill the huge void of the loss of 4 seniors the year before, but stepped up in a big way. The MVP for the Lady Panthers basketball team is Ariel Pierce. Once again, parents, fans, Panther Proud administration, thank you again for all of your support. We all hope to get back to normal as soon as possible, and we hope to see you at the games next year. Go Panthers.
Hey, Panther wrestlers, Coach Niddle here. First off, Want to thank your parents, want to thank your family, anybody who brought you to practice, from practice, to a meet, from a meet. Just know that it takes every bit of effort to be a wrestler parent or sibling as it does to be a wrestler. I know that for every win, for every loss, for every emotion that the wrestler feels, I know as a family member or friend, you feel it with them as well. It's greatly appreciated for everything that you have done. I believe in our first season, as me as the head coach, we have definitely accomplished what we wanted to, and that is to put on notice not just our student body, not just the community, but every opponent that we had. They must know that we are no longer a team that you can look past. And without that effort and hard work and a long time that you all put in, that wasn't possible. So again, thank you so much. I'm very proud of you guys. And remember, don't be satisfied with this year, but stay hungry and want better for yourself next season. This program has the potential to be very good. I think it not only has the potential, but it will be very good. But it starts with the support from your returning wrestlers, returning parents, graduating wrestlers, and graduating parents of the students, as well as the incoming freshmen and other students that will join wrestling throughout the season in the future. The support is huge. We need that support. We want to make sure the gym's filled every home meet, which we will have plenty of home meets this year, and we are very proud to have more than one home meet, but also more proud to have our brand new mat. Again, thank you to all who have donated. Panther Booster Club, I can't thank you enough. We as a team and program can't thank you enough as well. I'm proud to be your head coach. I want to let you guys know that. I've said it before, but also Coach Joe and Coach John are very proud of you guys and proud to be your coaches as well. I want to start off by congratulating Justin Richardson and Alton Pratt for representing North Johnston and North Johnston Wrestling in such a manner that only Panther wrestlers and student bodies can at the state tournament. They, no matter what the result was, win, loss, decision, no matter what, they conducted themselves in a professional manner, very respectful, and I'm very proud to see the way they displayed themselves. I also want to congratulate all of you who finished the season with us, no matter if you made it to regionals, you didn't make it to regionals, or state, you all qualified for a varsity pen and letter. That is a positive for the season that we did do for sure. I also got a pen for you. If you don't want to wear the one that the school provides, I got one for us. I'll post this on the band app. That way you can see what it actually looks like. And we'll pass out the awards as necessary or whatever is deemed proper by the school. I also want to congratulate the team on an overall dual record of 18-16, which, going off of track wrestling, is the first winning season in the last decade. So congratulations again. Like I said, we've achieved things that I told you was possible, and you guys made it happen. So awesome job. As for individual congratulations and awards, I want to start off by first congratulating Michael Linko and Alton Pratt for making the all-conference team, as they had won their weight class respectively at the conference individual. Now, career wins. Career wins is always an important stat for everybody, but few can hit 100 wins in their career. Justin Richardson, you not only achieved 100 wins, but 117, which is best for 4th overall in school and program history. For that, I have an award here. I am going to post that as well on the band app. Make sure that you see it and everybody else sees it, and you can post it. And I'm sure you're proud as much as I am to coach you, but also anybody you wrestle, you let them know they got beat by a 100 career win champ. Next, the most wins in a single season record is a school record. Again, everything I'm mentioning here will be a school or program record. So most wins in a single season is Justin Richardson. Again, it's 48. He had 48 wins in a season. I think here in the near future, a few people might have something to say about that and try to break that record for sure. Next is the most pens in a single season. Again, that's most pens in a single season. Again, Justin, with 28, you have it. 28 pens in a season. Again, another school and program record, which I believe, again, others will be shooting for that. With that, I think that's very important. You know, pens are very important. Not just it shows how hard you work to finish your opponent, but it gets the, you know, team points up there as well. So this will be a plaque that's put up in our wrestling room. It is the Panther season pen record. Justin, obviously with you setting the record, you're the first one on there. But again, I truly believe there will be plenty others to add to that as the future calls. Most takedowns in a season. According to track record, it was you, Michael Linko. Congratulations with 26. I feel like you had more, but again, I have to go off the record of what track wrestling had. So, takedown champ. Right there it is. Again, I'll post all these on the band app so you all can see this as well. Again, I just want to make sure it's displayed for this video. Most points scored in a season. That means what wrestler scored the most points for our team throughout the entire season, including individual tournaments, duels, and dual tournaments. That's Michael Linko. Michael Linko, congratulations. I got you this medal as well. 2020 team point champ. You scored 182 points for our program, which is phenomenal. Good job. Then we come to the tie record for most pens under a minute, also known as the Minuteman Award. The tie is between Isaiah Waters and Michael Linko with 10 apiece. So here's this Minuteman Award. You both will get it for the tie. Congratulations. And again, you know, you guys, it shows a lot of heart to achieve that, especially, you know, being first-year wrestlers, being a freshman and a sophomore, but both of you are first-year wrestlers here at North Johnston, so definitely an achievement that is well-deserved. The freshman win record is now set. It was previously 43, is now 46, set by Michael Linko. There's not an award here, but rather, much like our state qualifiers and state placers and 100 career wins up there in the wrestling room, there will be another category for freshman wins record. So, Michael Linko, you'll be the first one on there, and congratulations. Next is the Alton Pratt Chain Award. I think, judging by the name, you probably really figured out who the first winner is. The Alton Chain Award. You may ask what that is. I have created it inspired by Alton and inspired by his story. How do you achieve it? It's by overcoming major adversity and displaying relentless resiliency, overcoming matters not just on the mat, but in the classroom, in school, and home life. Excellent job at composing yourself, Alton. Excellent job at overcoming anything that's thrown your way. The circumstances didn't stop you, and you certainly achieved things that you said admittedly that you didn't believe you could achieve. Great job. Congratulations also, while I'm at it, to Justin Richardson for accepting a scholarship in wrestling for the University of Mount Olive. And prematurely, but it'll be announced soon, congratulations to Alton Pratt, wrestling for Emory and Henry in Virginia. You both are going to do great, and you're going to represent North Johnston Wrestling perfectly. Thank you so much again to everyone. Thank you for the parents. Thank you for the wrestlers. And go Panthers.
The varsity cheerleading team led our fans in cheers along the sidelines for our football and basketball teams. Our varsity team took 3rd place at pre-states competition, 2nd place at conference, and 3rd place at states. We reworked the entire routine, adding more difficulty, but unfortunately, we were not able to perform at nationals in Myrtle Beach this year. Although our season was cut short, I was extremely proud of their efforts this year. Sadly, we'll be losing 6 seniors, but wish them the very best in their future endeavors. First awards are honorable mentions. These athletes stood out, taking on different roles, which helped our team become stronger. McCray Kyle, Kaylee Smith, Emma Hodge, and Brianna Medlin. Our first conference award is going to Anna Crawford. She's been an amazing base for our team. She has a positive attitude and always a team player. Our next conference award is going to Jordan Bass. Jordan has also been a strong base. She worked hard to throw her flyer into difficult stunts for our team. The next conference award is going to Chastity Hodge, another solid base that always had a positive attitude and worked hard for her team. Congratulations, as Chastity will be cheering at Mount Olive next season. The Coaches Award is going to Hannah Moy. She's always been very talented, performing difficult stunts, with her kick twist standing out above all. Behind the scenes, she always had input on the routine and will one day make a great coach herself. Congratulations to Hannah, as she'll be cheering at Campbell University next season. Most improved is going to Emily Wall. Her determination was evident throughout the season, as you would often find her with her tongue out in strong concentration while flying. She developed difficult skills as a freshman and will follow her throughout her next 3 years. MVP is going to Haley Linko. Her skills are most difficult in cheerleading, from stunting to tumbling to jumps, and benefited the whole team at competitions. She's one of the strongest athletes I know. Congratulations to Haley, as she'll be cheering at Barton College next season. We would like to send a special thank you to our Panther mascot Paws. Josh, we appreciate all your time and creativity that you brought to the games this season. Thank you to Coach Frossard and volunteer Ashley Oliver for working with our JV cheer team this season. Y'all did an amazing job performing at games and competitions. Congratulations to everyone. I miss you and I can't wait to get back to stunting. Stay safe and have a great summer.
It's time to celebrate the North Johnston High School volleyball program. The JV and varsity team had a lot of young players this year. The last 2 years, we have graduated 2 large groups of volleyball players, leaving our older kids with a little less experience on the varsity volleyball team. Our JV team had lots of freshmen that caught on very quickly. They learned a new offense and a new defense, and they learned ways to transition in the game. They were very coachable and kind, very successful, and they grew tremendously. Because they're very strong academically, they also were very bright on the court, seeing the ball well and learning different aspects of the game. I just really need some of them to grow a little bit because we're a little on the short side. But I look so forward to another year, JV year next year. They were just super fun to coach. They did an outstanding job this year and just a great group of girls. Our varsity team had 4 seniors who once again were behind the 2 large graduating classes, and they had to fill in gaps and respond to new roles. Some girls playing positions for the first time ever in their volleyball career. And it's really hard to take girls who have played one position and put them in another, but you look at the athlete and the program and try to do what's best and take the strengths and the weaknesses as a team and try to mix them together for your best result. The group does a bang-up job in the classroom. They are super bright, never had to worry about discipline issues at school, and their wins and losses do not reflect the growth made and the lessons learned. We had strong stretches of very strong play in many games this year, and we would give teams 2 straight sets, come back and win one, or win a couple of straight and then lose one, and we just didn't have enough oomph sometimes at the end of the games. But they showed a lot of strong progress. And one of the things that I really like about this group is that they grew mentally on the court. It's real easy to measure physical data, but it's always not very easy to measure mental growth and maturity in a game and as an athlete. My 4 seniors are National Honor Society members, and all 4 of these young ladies are college bound. Alexis Bird One of the things I appreciate about her is she matured mentally a great deal on the court this year, taking in new information, accepting it, and then applying it, being a better leader. And she had to play a new position on the court, which was really not her best position, but she played that role and did an outstanding job having to accept that new place. Logan Bird is a leader behind the scenes. She has a heart of gold, and she has a very sweet soul. Her role on the team was another thing that was not always measured by the statistical data. Mackenzie Gibson, she'll go through a brick wall for you. Her summer before her junior year, she sustained a pretty significant knee injury and has had to work to overcome that so she could come back her senior year and play. And she has a really good ability to look at data objectively. Haley Medlin is another senior. She grew in ways this year as well that are not measured by data. She played more control with more restraint. And she also grew in the mental part of her game, being stronger mentally and handling adversity and not getting frustrated with herself as easy. So all four girls are going to be greatly missed. They all bring to our team all different four dynamics, and we're really going to miss them. I want to thank their parents for allowing them to be a part of the volleyball program for the last few years. This year we only have one all-conference player from the conference, and that is Miss Riley Nicole. She's a middle hitter and middle blocker. Our Coaches Award this year goes to Mackenzie Gibson. She has great hustle, and again, she'll go through a brick wall for you. And even when she messes up, she can accept the criticism, take it, and learn from it and move forward. And our most valuable player this year goes to our lone all-conference player, that's Riley Nicole. She made a big difference for us up at the net. She grew tremendously from one year to the next. I just want to congratulate all our girls and thank them for all their hard work. We look forward to next season, and I love you four seniors, and I wish you nothing but the best. Now for the presentation of the Doug Parnell Senior Awards given to every senior athlete who participated in athletics this year and then completed a senior athletic form with all their sports and the grade that they participated in each sport. Camden Aycock, JV football, varsity football. Chaston Bailey, JV basketball, JV baseball, varsity baseball. Jordan Bass, varsity cheerleading. Alexis Bird, JV volleyball, varsity track, JV softball, and varsity softball. Logan Bird, JV volleyball, JV soccer, and varsity soccer. Casey Clark, tennis. Anna Crocker, JV cheerleading and varsity cheerleading. Victoria Crocker, women's golf. Samantha Davis, JV softball, and varsity women's tennis. Sydney Durham, JV football and varsity football. Rachel Foster, varsity winter track, varsity spring track, and varsity cross country. Tristan Galla, cross country, winter, and spring track. Mackenzie Gibson, JV volleyball, varsity basketball, JV softball, track, and soccer. Alexis Gupton, women's golf. Parker Hayes, JV football, varsity wrestling, varsity track. Damaris Hicks, varsity basketball, varsity football, JV football. Imani Hines, varsity basketball. Chastity Hodge, JV cheerleading and varsity cheerleading. Hunter Jones, JV soccer, tennis, cross country, and wrestling. Angela James Creech, indoor track, spring track, and cross country. Haley Linko, varsity cheerleading and spring track. Caress Lucas, JV football, varsity soccer, JV basketball, and varsity tennis. Nicholas Matthews, varsity football, track, and winter track. Brianna Medlin, JV cheerleading and varsity cheerleading. Haley Medlin, JV volleyball, varsity basketball, varsity softball, and gymnastics. Jaden Moore, JV football and varsity football. Hannah Moy, JV cheerleading, JV soccer, varsity soccer. Ty Naren, JV basketball, varsity soccer, JV baseball, varsity baseball. Orlando Ortiz, varsity football and track. Chrissy Paris, track. Dylan Pitts, JV basketball, JV baseball, varsity soccer, varsity basketball, varsity baseball. Alton Pratt, wrestling, varsity football, JV football. Justin Richardson, JV soccer, wrestling, JV football, and golf. Jose Rivera Reyes, varsity soccer. Maria Rodriguez Garcia, JV soccer and varsity soccer. Raquan Rodriguez, varsity football, varsity basketball. Scott Sellers, JV soccer, and varsity tennis. William Stallings, cross country, winter track, and spring track. Zoe Thompson, track. Jeremiah Wallace, varsity basketball, varsity football. Graham Walston, JV soccer, JV football, varsity tennis, track, cross country, wrestling, varsity soccer, and varsity football. Matthew Wright, varsity football and track. And Mr. Luke York, JV soccer, JV basketball, varsity basketball, and track. And once again, we want to congratulate our senior athletes in the class of 2020 and wish them all the best, and may God bless you. At this time, we'd like to celebrate our year-end award winners. But before we begin, we would like to recognize Mr. Tim Jones. He came here in 1989. He's retiring this year. We'd like to thank him for all his years of service. He's coached football, baseball, basketball, track, and soccer. And the biggest legacy he's going to leave is how he has cared and taken pride in our athletic facilities. He loves his school, he loves his community, he loves his students, and he loves the athletes. We'd like to thank his family, his brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, and his children, Kaylee and Hunter, for supporting him in his career and allowing him to spend so much time away from them over the past 30 some odd years. There's no way we're going to fill his shoes. We'll be able to thank him enough for all he's done for our district. Tim, we love you and we thank you and we wish you all the best in retirement. Now for our J.D. Pate Extra Effort Award. We have a male and female recipient for all of these. Our male recipient goes to Mr. Hunter Jones. Congratulations, Hunter. Our J.D. Pate Extra Effort Award winner, female, goes to Miss Mayeli Oliveros. Congratulations, Mayeli. Now for our Sportsmanship Award winners. Our female award winner is Miss Jordan Bass. Congratulations, Jordan. And we had a tie for our boys. Scott Sellers, male sportsmanship winner, tied with Mr. Jeremiah Wallace. Congratulations, Jeremiah. Our Scholar Athlete Award winner, female, this year goes to Miss Samantha Davis. And we also had a tie for the Scholar Athlete for the males this year. The first recipient is Mr. Dylan Pitts and Mr. Will Stallings. So congratulations to you. Our largest award every year is the Panther Award. We had 2 young ladies who tied this year for the best athlete in the 2019-19-20 school year. The first one is Miss Haley Linko. Congratulations, Haley. Our second is Miss Mackenzie Gibson. Congratulations, Mackenzie. And for our male award winner, Graham Walston. Congratulations, Graham. We'd like to thank you again for all your support and all your efforts during this school year, and thank you for being patient with us as we deal with the ramifications of COVID-19. I hope you've enjoyed this award ceremony, and thank you again to all our coaches and Mr. Mike Syverson who put this all together. Thank you.